What's going on YouTube? My name is Jake. This STI is coming at me. My name is JakeBreak. This is my brand new YouTube channel. I've wanted to start a channel for a really long time. I just never did. I didn't have any camera, or I didn't want to go out and spend the money on a GoPro to start a vlog, but I finally broke down and did that a couple days ago. This is the first I've gotten a ride with it because it's been nasty weather. It's been cold, windy, and rain here in southern Pennsylvania. I live in southern PA in the heart of Amish country, which, if you read my about, you'll know that there's going to be a lot of horse crap on my rides. So you'll see buggies, Amish farms, horse crap, things like that. It's something that, like I said, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. Finally broke down and bought myself a camera. So here we are, motovlogging. I started out watching motovlogs. First person I watched, sorry about the wind noise. I'm still trying to figure out, doing some testing things to figure out what kind of a microphone will work best, what I'm going to enjoy, horse poop, what I'm going to enjoy as far as talking about, or how I'm going to talk, how it sounds, figure out ways that I can make my helmet a little less wind noisy. Speaking of Amish Farm, I have an Icon variant. I love the helmet, I love the way it looks, but there's a ton of wind noise, which I'm sure you can hear. And like I said, I apologize for that. The more I do this, the more experience I gain, the better I'm hoping that things are going to go. I started watching Jake the Garden Snake a long time ago, and he was really enjoyable to watch. The guy's hilarious, off the wall. He's he'll admit that he's kind of a squirrel, and he's a good dude. I had a lot of fun watching his videos, and just progressed along and thought, I ought to do this. I think it would be fun. Took me a long time to do this. Recently, I started watching Walterific. I can't believe it took me so long to find Walter. If you're here, you probably know who Walter is. He actually just recently moved back to Kansas from Maryland, which kind of sucks because, as I get more into this, I would have loved to meet up with him in Maryland and go for a ride. So anyway, I had this desire to start this motovlogging. Just never followed through with it. Until a couple of days ago, I bought myself a camera. I got a GoPro and stuck it to the side of my helmet like a noob, and well, here we are, cruising down the back roads of Pennsylvania, making motovlogs. More horse poop. If you're not familiar, I don't know if you can see that up there or not, but there's a buggy right there in that barn. That's what's making all the horse poop. If you don't know what an Amish buggy is. If you know what an Amish buggy is and you've had to pass them before, then I apologize, because you know exactly what it's like to have that pain. Occasionally you'll come up over the crest of the hill like we were just right there, and all of a sudden there'll be a buggy right in front of you, and unfortunately they get hit by cars pretty often because of that. At no fault of the Amish other than the fact that they have a buggy on the road, which I have my own opinions about, but that's not for me to express, or not for me to talk about or deal with. So I'm hoping that this thing kind of takes off. It's enjoyable. Who doesn't love riding their motorcycle and talking to themselves? It's a weird time right now. There's a lot going on in the world that is really, really abnormal. Governor Wolf just said we're not supposed to leave our house without a mask on. I have a mask on, don't worry. Social distancing, for all the introverts in the world, they're probably loving this. I can't say that I blame them a whole lot for, trying to keep everybody safe. It's amazing the differences of opinion that people have too. How some people just want to get right back to work, and they think that this is all a government game and things like that, which I don't see I can see both sides of the coin. You know, there's one of my good friends. He's a barber. He's my barber. He's been my barber for 12 years now. With the exception of a St. Baldrick's event, which if you don't know what a St. Baldrick's event is, check it out. It's for kids' cancer. It raises money to help fight kids' cancer. With the exception of a St. Baldrick's event, I haven't gotten my hair cut by anybody else in the last 12 years. And you know, I don't plan to go anywhere else. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He became a good friend of mine through going to his barber shop a lot. And you know, I'm one of those guys where I'll just go and hang out with him for a while at the barber shop just to see what's going on. I can't tell if those are turkeys or if those are turkey buzzards. I think they're turkeys. Usually turkey buzzards are spanning their wings to stay warm. So it's a weird time. It's a very weird time for business owners, especially small businesses like him, that you know, he's not allowed to be open right now, so he can't do anything. Now thankfully he's got a CDL, so he can do, you know, some side work, but he's taken a severe cut in his income, you know, from his normal job. You know, you can't go from a full-time job that is your primary source of income to a part-time job and expect to survive that way. So he's pretty frustrated with the governor and the just the way that things go, the way things have been going. And I totally understand his frustration. Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay that. But at the same time, you know, there's a reasonable concern that you need to have for the health and safety of others. Like I said, I don't have a serious opinion one way or the other. Holy shit, look at this road. I don't have a serious opinion one way or the other because, you know, I'm a realist. Yes, there is a threat out there of this virus. Do I think that the entire economy and things need to be shut down because of it? Not really. I think that there are some things that we can do to be careful to, you know, to mitigate this threat, but at the same time, you know, we got to be able to continue our lives on. Now, what the real issue I see is the people that aren't going to take this seriously. You know, we should be wearing masks when we go out places, yes, because, you know, me, for example, my grandfather's just turned 90 years old the end of December. And, you know, if we visit him and we have the virus, you know, we're infected but we are asymptomatic, you know, we could pass it along to him and it's a death sentence. Now, I know you say, well, it's pre-existing conditions. Well, he's 90 years old. He had open heart surgery and a valve replacement 3 years ago. You know, he's a 90-year-old man. He's high risk. I don't want to be the one that is infected and takes that to my grandfather and kills him. Well, I don't want anybody to do that. You know, I don't want anybody to die. So there's a certain level of caution that we need to take that, you know, will keep everybody healthy. And, you know, the virus will eventually die off. But unfortunately, what's going to happen, I think, and this is just my opinion, is that things are going to get a little lax, or people are going to stop taking it so seriously, and then there's going to be another wave of this virus come out, and we're going to be back at square one. So, you know, is there a golden pill? No, there's not. You know, it's going to take a lot of effort from all of us to solve this problem. And it's not like we can blame one person for anything. You know, there was more horse crap. You see it? It's not like we can blame one person for this. There's more horse poop. So we just need to be careful. We need to social distance and, you know, try to limit things, limit going places, and do all the things that the CDC is recommending. You know, eventually we're going to get out of this. You know, we get through all of it. And, you know, we'll get back to normal life here soon. So, we'll just keep doing what we got to do. I know what you're thinking. You're talking about all this stuff, blah, 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 and social distancing and limiting travel. What are you out in the roads right now for? Well, there's more horse poop. I work for a company that says that I'm essential. So we are still running at full capacity right now. and unfortunately I am required to travel at times. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going out and goofing off. You know, I get to my destination and I get home. Now right now I'm taking the long way, which is okay, I guess. If it's not, then I apologize. But yeah, such is life. There's a buggy up there at the intersection. You'll get to finally see one, what, 5 minutes into this travel. So I think after we pass this buggy and get up over the hill, I'm going to cut it off there. Be smart. Do the right thing. Don't be a jerk. You know, just be a good person. That's all it takes. Remember what I was saying about passing a buggy on a blind hill? Well, this is precisely what I was talking about. You could come up over this hill on your bike doing 60 miles an hour and all of a sudden there's a buggy right there. I mean, you're SOL. Alright guys, thanks for taking your break with me. Hope to see you back here again and be safe.